Well, let's turn to France, and today marks the official opening of the campaign for the French general elections. President Emmanuel Macron called the snap vote a week ago after the far-right National Rally won a convincing victory in the European elections. The picture appears to be one of three key blocs. On the right, the National Rally, led by Marine Le Pen, a newly formed left-wing coalition, and then in the centre, President Macron and his allies. Well, the elections are conducted over two rounds. This one will be held on the 30th of June and the next on the 7th of July. Well, for more on this, let's speak to our Paris correspondent, Hugh Schofield. Let's start by that campaigning then. Do we know what's happening today as the campaigning kicks off?
Well, I mean, it's sort of kind of technical beginning to the campaign because today's the day that all sorts of rules start applying about, access to the media and so on. In fact, in practice, they've all been campaigning since this was announced a week ago. The other thing that's happened is that last night was the deadline for registering candidates. So that's important. It means that now we know, or will know, when we've gone through all the lists, who's standing where, and that's quite important because the lists are it's a very complicated situation, and in a lot of cases parties are not standing a candidate to run against another candidate because they think there'll be a kind of an alliance forming and so on. It's a very, very complex picture, which will only clarify, I think, in the next couple of days when we, see, for example, are there Conservatives not standing in certain constituencies where the National Rally is standing and so on, because there's a sort of tentative alliance between a part of the Conservative Party and the National Rally, that sort of picture. But in general, campaigns started and they'll be out today, printing up their literature and holding rallies and so on. And we've got 2 more weeks of that.
And footballer Mbappe has been speaking out about this election. What's he had to say?
Well, Kylian Mbappe, who's in Germany, of course, for the Euros, gave a press conference in which he urged young people to get out and vote. And in his words, to vote against the extremes. He chose his language very carefully. He didn't say explicitly vote against the far right. He said against the extremes. But I don't think there's any question that's what he means, because he said that he's targeting the hard right, the far right, the National Rally. He said he agreed with Marcus Thuram, his teammate, who has said much more explicitly that the young people should not vote for the hard right. So he's stepped into the debate. He's being diplomatic by not naming the National Rally. I think everyone can see that's what he means. And of course, everyone is saying, who's not with the National Rally, well, that this is good. It's going to get young people out, and maybe they'll heed his message. It's certainly, in a sense, quite an interesting intervention because he obviously has more of a following among young people than most politicians do.
OK, Hugh Schofield, for now in Paris, thank you very much.